encampment, but it's also currently home to the protest going on right now on top of Mauna Kea. Right now we're about to drive through the protest area.
What is the green and yellow flag we see a lot around here? I think we just passed it.
That's the Hawaiian Kingdom flag, Kaloli flag. So there's actually a really strong movement. There's a lot of Hawaiians that feel that the Hawaiian Islands were illegally taken and claimed by the U.S. government. And so that flag represents the sovereignty of Hawaii, or their wish to be sovereign at least.
So the protesters came here for like several months, or?
Yeah, they've been here since July. They set up about 2 weeks before July 15th.
Oh.
So they've been here for a good 6 months now.
Are they still inside or they're
Yeah,
gone?
there's still a lot of people here. Originally, there was 2,000 plus people up here.
Wow.
Currently, there's about 100.
And is this other flag in front of us?
Which one? This one?
No, this one right here.
So this is the Hawaii flag, the Hawaii state flag, and they have it upside down to show that they're in protest or in distress.
Do they frown upon tourists?
No. We actually have a really good relation with the protectors and protesters up here. We brought them food on Christmas. We brought them food yesterday as well. We brought them about 20 plate lunches.
Wow.
Which they really appreciate, especially when it's hot food.
Yeah.
It's so cold here. In the middle of the road, they put their arms through it and they handcuff themselves.
Wow.
Wow.
It took a while for the police to actually get them to undo themselves, let them get uncuffed. And so after that, they set up a government line right there. Now, a lot of these lower slopes and foothills of Mauna Kea are primarily used for ranching. We have about 10,000 head of cattle just located on the foothills of Mauna Kea. It's also some of the most fertile soil in the entire island chain. So a lot of times you'll have people come up here trying to steal a bag of dirt to take home to use for their personal gardening, because it's very, very potent. And we mentioned there's a lack of soil, so it's very wait period while they decided what they were going to do. And at that point, the state's been racking up costs during this protest. They've spent about $3 million paying for increased police presence, porta potties, and everything like that to support the protest. But essentially, the state just said, if you guys don't clear the road by December 26th, we're going to come and arrest every single one of you. And so everybody cleared the road immediately. For more protests. So you guys are definitely lucky getting to hop in and do it while you can.
But isn't it the state that makes the decision of whether or not they can build?
Correct. The state's already granted them permission. They technically, the TMT belongs to Hawaiian Homeland's beneficiaries, which is the protesters. And so for them to take the equipment, they have to use the Hawaiians' road, which is not going to happen because they don't want it up there. So it's a really tricky situation at the moment. Now on the right and the left of the guardrails up here, these trees that we're seeing, these trees that kind of look like they just stepped out of a Lord of the Rings movie or something, these are known as mamane trees. They're actually an endemic endangered species only found here on Mauna Kea. Some of these trees are actually over 100 years old. You'll see on this one they got a bunch of small yellow flowers coming off the tree. Those small flowers are actually the primary food source for another endangered species known as the palila bird. So if the mamane tree were to go extinct, it would take with it this palila bird. The palila bird is this really small, cute gray bird with a bright yellow head. You actually have a pretty good chance of seeing one up here today. It's only 27 miles, no big deal. So you guys are going to notice these pine trees we're coming through right now. This is right, we're entering through what's considered an alpine climate. One of the species of endemic endangered species we can find through here is the Hawaiian hoary bat, the frosty hoary bat. And so it's this really cool looking bat that has a white patch of frosty fur on its chest. But that's also found right here on Mauna Kea. Now, December is actually our wet season. This is our wettest time of the year right now, winter time. And so right now, everything you're seeing is like 5 times more green than it normally is. it's very only average. Right here in this area, about 2 or 3 inches of rain. But at the summit, every year consistently, we average less than 0.4 inches of rain. So it's very, very dry, which is why it's such an optimal place for the telescopes. Since we get so little rainfall here, a lot of times we're in a period of drought, and so wildfire can actually be a serious issue up here. So if we have any smokers on the tour, make sure if you smoke a cigarette, you put the butt out completely to the root, and it can kill the entire tree.